Okay, let's dive into this. Welcome everyone to today's Explainer. We are going to break down a truly thrilling, high-stakes narrative today. We're looking at a story titled Grandpa Joe and the Toothbrush Crusade. Now, on the surface, this might sound like a simple, everyday tale, but as we look a little closer, you'll see it's actually an epic saga. It's all about battling a nighttime villain, facing our fears, and ultimately finding the courage and the right tools to save our smiles. We're going to walk through this step by step and pull out all the incredible details of this legendary showdown. So, we kick things off with part 1, the midnight toothache. Young Tommy is sleeping peacefully in his bed, totally comfortable and completely unaware of the danger lurking nearby. It was a dark and stormy night. Just hearing those words, you can almost feel the atmosphere shifting, right? The room suddenly gets a little colder, the shadows get darker. That peaceful sleep is violently interrupted as this sinister presence sneaks into the room. The tension is really building here. And then, bam, disaster strikes. Tommy cries out, "Ow! My tooth hurts so bad!" He's clutching his cheek in sudden, sharp pain. But here's the truly creepy part. Right after Tommy wakes up in agony, this sinister laugh starts echoing through the house. It's a brilliant way to show us that this toothache isn't just some random event. It's a targeted attack. Somebody or something is in the room with him. Which brings us to our antagonist in part 2, enter Captain Cavity. Now, what's really interesting about this is how he thrives on neglected hygiene. We aren't just talking about normal bacteria here. This guy is the literal embodiment of tooth decay. He announces himself with this booming laugh. "Ha ha ha, I am Captain Cavity. I love dirty teeth and candy." He makes his sinister motives completely obvious. When Tommy, who is absolutely terrified, tells him to go away, Captain Cavity drops a seriously harsh truth. He says, "You forgot to brush your teeth properly. Now your tooth belongs to me." The villain is literally claiming ownership. He's basically saying that because Tommy neglected his hygiene, the tooth is forfeited. It's a terrifying realization for our young hero. So Tommy is cornered by a monster that literally feeds on his own mistakes. His fear is at an absolute peak. But just when all hope seems lost, we hit part 3, Grandpa's Minty Rescue. Boom! The bedroom door absolutely flies open. It's a heroic, sudden, and honestly slightly hilarious entrance. It isn't some traditional superhero in a cape bounding in. It's Grandpa Joe, and he's loudly declaring, "Not so fast, Captain Cavity." And get this, Grandpa Joe isn't in his pajamas. He steps into the room decked out in shiny armor, wielding a giant magical toothbrush and a toothpaste shield. He is completely prepared for war. Of course, Captain Cavity is incredibly arrogant. He takes one look at this rescue attempt and just laughs, saying, "An old man with a toothbrush? You can't stop me." But Captain Cavity is making a massive tactical error here by totally underestimating the gear Grandpa brought to the fight. The battle lines are drawn. Welcome to part 4, the epic brushing battle. And this brilliantly illustrates exactly how this showdown goes down. Captain Cavity makes the very first move. He hurls this gross, sticky sugar slime across the room, yelling, "Sugar attack!" But Grandpa Joe just raises his toothpaste shield and effortlessly blocks the whole sticky barrage. It's a perfect visual of how toothpaste literally shields our teeth from sugar in the real world. Then the action kicks into high gear. Whoosh! Minty bubbles are exploding absolutely everywhere. Grandpa isn't just sitting there defending, he goes on the offensive. He swings his giant toothbrush like a sword. Swish! Swish! Super brush power! The villain is immediately overwhelmed, screaming, "Ah! Minty freshness! I hate it!" The very thing that protects teeth is literal poison to this guy. As Grandpa pushes the villain back, Tommy, who, remember, has been cowering in fear this whole time, suddenly finds his courage. He steps up and asks, "Grandpa, how do we beat him?" This is the turning point. Grandpa reveals the bad guy's ultimate weakness. Captain Cavity absolutely despises 3 things: brushing, flossing, and healthy food. Empowered by this, Tommy decides he's done being a victim. He says, "Then I'll help." This leads to this incredible, triumphant moment of teamwork. Grandpa hands Tommy his very own glowing toothbrush and says, "Together." They team up and start chanting, "Brush, brush, brush." It's a fully coordinated attack against decay. They aren't just fighting a monster, they are actively practicing the exact habits needed to destroy him. The result is absolute devastation for our villain. Sparkling toothpaste power just blasts through the room. Captain Cavity realizes he is totally defeated. He starts shrinking smaller and smaller, crying out, "No, I'm melting! Curse you, clean teeth!" And then, poof! He literally explodes into tiny bubbles and disappears forever. The battle is won. The villain is vanquished by the sheer, undeniable power of proper brushing. With the bad guy defeated and the storm finally passed, we transition into the peaceful morning after in part 5, a clean smile superpower. Tommy's toothache is completely gone, so the crucial point is how this epic nighttime battle translates into real daily habits. Tommy locks in 3 steps the next morning. Step 1, brush. Step 2, floss. Step 3, eat healthy snacks. These are the real-world versions of super brush power. Tommy even declares, "I'll never forget to brush again." But I really want you to notice the critical detail in that first step. 2 minutes. Tommy didn't just do a quick scrub. He brushed for 2 whole minutes. That is the exact measured amount of time required for the minty bubbles and shield to actually do their job. It's the standard you need to hit to ensure a villain like Captain Cavity never gets the chance to return to your sparkling clean teeth. The story wraps up with some profound wisdom from our armored hero. Grandpa Joe looks at Tommy, super proud of these new habits, and says, "That's my boy. A clean smile is the strongest superpower of all." It's just a wonderful summary of the entire crusade. From that day on, Captain Cavity never dared to return. So, having explored this epic tale of sugar attacks and glowing toothbrushes, I leave you with this final thought. Are you ready to pick up your own magical toothbrush and use your superpower tonight?